Welcome to XconMedia. Today we are highlighting some Black excellence in the Atlanta community. We have my favorite doctor on deck, Dr. Smith. How you doing?
Hi. So, hello everyone. I am Dr. Nailah Smith, owner
Mhm,
of Full Body Rejuvenation Center in Stonecrest, Georgia, and
mhm.
DOT Physicals in Atlanta. So that's DOT Physicals in Atlanta for all your DOT physicals, drug testing, alcohol screening needs, or any occupational health. Full Body Rejuvenation Center is a chiropractic facility which now incorporates DOT physicals as well as the occupational health needs as well. So we look forward to seeing you there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh man. And I tell y'all how I've been on. If you're new to the channel, first of all, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We just highlighting Black excellence. The way I know you is I needed a DOT physical probably when I was an owner operator at the time, and I think I came up to the petrol for like some maybe mechanical needs for my truck. So I went on ahead and knocked the DOT physical out. And this was like what, maybe 7 or 8 years ago.
That is correct. You were
And
one of my first. You were one of my first. So, yes, we have been in existence since what, 2017.
Mhm.
So, yes, we've been on a truck stop since 2017 in Suite B. So, if anyone is familiar with the Chrome shop, the tattoo shop, or the CB shop, that's the side that we're on. So, that's the TA Petrol in Atlanta by what we used to be the Shell gas station. They've now changed it, but most people know the Shell gas station across from the famous, you know what, strip club.
A
Yes,
staple in the community because it's been there for as long as I can remember.
yes.
Um, yeah, so and that's been my experience, and ever since I just always come to you, like including my last my current job. I needed to see you, and this was probably my third or fourth trip. So
Mm-hmm.
I got the service I always get. And you don't have to be in the Atlanta area. Some of y'all be on this road and you be needing DOT physicals and you 1 or 2 weeks away. When you in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Petro, because there's only one 285 on Hollowell Parkway. Uh she has DOT service available right there. So um I kind of wanted to get into your background and what led you to what you're doing. Give us some background on yourself as far as what made you say I want to do this.
Okay. So I've been a chiropractor since 2007. Sorry, 2005. I graduated 2006. Um, that's when they actually gave me my licensure. 2007, opened Full Body Rejuvenation Center. So we've been in the Stonecrest area for that long. Started doing DOT physicals then. Continued until 2014 when they joined task forces and stated, hey, you now need a medical card, and we had to get certified separately. And that was every doctor of medicine, doctor of osteopath, chiropractor, nurse practitioner that would like to practice to become a certified DOT medical examiner. You had to become registered on that national certification. So basically, on a national registry, you have a list of providers that you can go to who actually are certified every 10 years to take our course. And then we're certified every 5 years for our refresher courses. So in 2017, I went back and did the certification after waiting a while between 2014 and 17. because 2014 was when they implemented the rule, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. So at that time, I waited, and then I took the certification in 2017, passed it, and became a certified DOT medical examiner again. And here I've been ever since. So started that business, DOT Physicals Atlanta at that time, where I found that it'll be a cool niche to have a DOT Physicals place on a truck stop. There are not many in the contiguous United States, but now we have one. And I hope this helps the drivers. We wanted to help the community out. We heard a lot of drivers complaining about the services that they were getting elsewhere, the wait times, the fact that it was not basically convenient for them. So here we are. We're on the truck stop. We're here to serve you. We're also at Full Body Rejuvenation Center. So all my doctors are fully trained in the technique that I use to get my drivers out expeditiously, but thoroughly. Let me repeat that again, expeditiously, but thoroughly. We're going to make sure that you are healthy by the time you leave. And Gerald could tell you just a little bit about his experience as well to help assist with what you'll be able to experience there.
Absolutely. And I always appreciate that. I mean, and I tell people all the time, I am not a truck driver. I am a businessman that just so know how to drive trucks, because when I was also working for MARTA one time when I had to get my DOT physical, so I had to come through just to keep my license current. You always have to have that DOT physical, and I prefer to come to you. The service is always excellent. It's always in and out. I think when I came in about a week or so ago,
yes,
I think I was there probably about 20 to 30 minutes, easy in, easy out. So, and my job paid for it. So it worked out. It worked out just fine. So I do appreciate that. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your chiropractic business.
So
I didn't know that. That's new. When I came to the Hollowell location, I was expecting you to be there, and since the last time I saw you, you didn't kind of expanded out and branched out a little bit. Okay, we keeping secrets. I understand. Expansion. I love it. Tell us about that.
Okay, so Full Body Rejuvenation Center was my first baby. So Full Body Rejuvenation Center has been in existence since 2007. October 2007 was when we opened. Basically, that business has been in the Lithonia area, which is now Stonecrest, for many years. At that point in the Stonecrest area, we do rehab, chiropractic, physiotherapy. So in the chiropractic world, we do not say physical therapies. They are physiotherapies, where we do exercises, also therapeutic ultrasound, electrical muscular stimulation there, intersegmental traction. We also have branched out now to incorporate other things like, for example, occupational health. What do you think some workers need, like who are doing construction, drivers, all of that? They need boots. And with those heavy boots, now we have the orthotics. We do foot levelers, custom orthotics. We also incorporate some radial shockwave therapy, which is for more chronic patients. Those chronic patients therefore get the radial shockwave therapy. Flexion distraction table as well, which is similar to decompression table. So if that's something that you're looking for on the south side, then be sure to give Full Body Rejuvenation Center a call. Again, that's Full Body Rejuvenation Center, located at 3636 Panola Road in Stonecrest, Georgia. That telephone number is 770-733-1381.
Awesome. Okay. That is awesome. Can you break down what happens during the DOT physical by any chance?
Of course I can. So during a DOT physical, basically what happens is that you get a vision exam, You get a hearing test. Hi, Miss Anne. Pleasure to have you join us. I see you popping up. Nate, how are you? Also, we get a urinalysis, and most people ask, why urinalysis? So urinalysis is to test your kidney function and ketones in the urine, protein, sugars, anything that will cause you to be able to not be able to drive. So, for example, do you have sugars in your urine? Is it that you're diabetic or going to that point, pre-diabetic? We're just looking for the same things as pretty much a medical doctor to make sure that you're safe to drive and to operate on commercial motor vehicle, because our basic and the main point of doing these DOT physicals is to make sure that you, the driver, as well as the community, is safe. So that's pretty much our job as DOT medical examiners, is keeping the community and our highways and roadways safe for the public.
Absolutely, because I, as a trainer, that's one of the things, that's one of the things that I have to do as a trainer. If you're not certified to drive on the highway next to somebody, grandmama, I can't put you out there. And that's your job as a DOT doctor to do the same thing. So we share the same interest on this aspect. I like that. Okay.
Let me make one thing clear though. So we do vision, hearing, urinalysis, vital signs, and review of 12 systems. Now, people are like, oh, I still have to see the doctor. I'm like, drivers, I do not know where you've been going, but our 20 to 30 minutes includes everything that the FMCSA puts on that paper. Checking your ears, checking your eyes, checking your skin, checking the lymph nodes, reflexes, sensory testing, muscle reflexes, making sure you're strong enough to transport stuff, making sure you have limbs, for example. All these things we do, we incorporate, we make sure that your blood pressure is in check. If we have to go to the point of making sure that your sugars are not elevated, we go to that point as well. We have to check those things. So don't come in the office and be like, well, Gerald said he was in and out. Well, Gerald and you are not the same person, my love. Gerald and you are different people, and everybody gets individualized services. And that's what makes us the best at what we do. We make sure everybody is treated fairly. We make sure that you're treated like a human. We make sure that when you leave, you're not endangering yourself as well as others. I've had to have the hard conversation with many drivers like, hey, would you like to see your family? Okay, you have a family, you'd like to see them. However, what happens to somebody else's family, God forbid, if something happens on that roadside? That's the things I want you guys to think about when driving.
So tell us a little bit about sleep apnea. I didn't, I've heard some people say that was a problem, an issue. But what tell us about it, because I don't know much about it. I've heard of it, but I know I don't have a problem. So tell us about that.
So with sleep apnea, a lot of people think that some companies are doing like practicing discriminatory practices with their patients who are overweight. Well, if you are overweight, the guidelines say, because remember, as I mentioned earlier, we're going according to Federal Motor Safety Carrier Guidelines. This is a federal agency. We must go according to their guidelines. Now, when we go according to their guidelines state, if your BMI is over a certain amount, we must check the circumference of your neck. When checking the size of your neck, then we say, well, okay, go down our line of questioning. There are specific line of questioning that we ask. For example, do you snore? Do you have restless night sleep? Are you sleepy in the day? Have you ever fallen asleep while doing XYZ activities? These are the line of questions that we go down. And then we make a determination as to what we are going to do as medical examiners. Each medical examiner has the right to check or not to check at that point. For your next circumference, for these questions, lines of questions, even if we hear something suspicious, I've had people come in the office and I'm like, okay, but you're sitting here and it sounds like you're snoring. Now, Gerald, you know those people. You have met those people. You're sitting there and it sounds like you're snoring and you're wide awake. Well, those are the types of people that we're going to say, hey, this has anyone heard you snoring, loud snoring at night? Have you ever had a sleep test or sleep study? What was the outcome of your sleep study? We're going to go down the line of questioning. We are medical examiners. First and foremost, we are whichever specialty that we are, medical doctors, chiropractors, nurse practitioners, and doctors of osteopathic medicine and physician assistants. And or Hippocratic oath says to do no harm. So our goal is to make sure that you as well do no harm to the general public. So if you're going to fall asleep on the road due to the fact that we see that you may possibly be or have sleep apnea now or in the near future, that is our job to take you off the road and to give you a sleep study.
Okay, so I what I do know is I understand that that's the difference between healthy drivers getting 2 years, and then you got some drivers getting 1 year. You got some drivers getting 6 months DOT card, and some of them is as little as 3 months. You
Correct.
know, so okay, I got you. Okay. Um, what about first of all, I appreciate you doing that because a lot of anything that's essential, in society to keep society safe. This is one of the things that you do to oversee. Your business is about overseeing that truck drivers that have problems, they stay off of the road. And again, that's federal. When you
Mhm.
dealing with the feds like to, look, you got to do it like this or else. You know what I'm saying? So I just
Exactly.
appreciate what you're doing for the community in the Atlanta area. Do you have any plans on expansion? I mean, because we growing, we doing we. I like to see it. I like to see it. What's next for you?
So for right now, we're just expanding out the actual DOT physicals to the Stonecrest area, bringing some drug testing there. So if you guys want to come there as well, we're gonna do that. A lot of companies use the eScreen model, Form Fox and Sturdy Drive. So we've reached out to those TPAs to see if we can get that done as well. So right now we have that DOT physicals Atlanta. So if you were ever riding through the Atlanta area and notice, hey, well, I have a drug test with eScreen or a Q passport or e-passport or Form Fox or Sturdy Drive. Yeah, those Snyder drivers, 160 Driving Academy, Swift, anything like that, come in, see us. Walmart, Publix, all y'all are on a screen, Form Fox, or Study Drive somewhere. Motor drivers, yes, come in and see us. So definitely, we're gonna expand that to Stonecrest now for the time being, and we'll see where that goes.
Absolutely. I mean, long as I have my CDL, whether I'm driving or not, I'm coming to you, because I gotta have a DOT card just in case. Because sometimes I stop driving trucks. Sometimes I'm cutting grass, or sometimes I'm driving buses.
Buses, that's how I met you.
Yeah,
Buses.
yeah. So I mean, I have to have my DOT card to go with my license. So give can you give some potential small business owners any kind of advice as far as, just starting a business? Because you came a long way. Like you went to school, you did everything that you had to do, you started your business, then you expanded. And what kind of advice you got for young
Well,
entrepreneurs?
a lot of advice. It takes a lot of hard work. Never think you're finished, for sure. And I know it's cliche and most people have heard it so many times, but this is about resilience. It is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Today you may be up, tomorrow, as we say in the islands, today for me, tomorrow for you. Okay. So if you're gonna stick in there, um, just stick in there with it. As far as making sure all your paperwork is together is another thing. Um, Make sure you keep connections. Always network. I'm continuously networking. As you know, I mean, you show me things. I always listen as well. Networking, listening. Listen to the very person on the street, like the janitor, the person talking to the tree. I don't care who it is, the homeless person. They may have advice for you. Always have your ears open and be ready to listen. That's one of the major things that I know for me has been very helpful, listening to people. So even when I think I'm not listening, I'm listening and I'm like putting it on the side for later.
That's some good advice. I mean, and that's part of just it, treating everybody with respect. No matter
Right.
if they the dude that's cleaning the tables or whatever,
Exactly.
everybody has some kind of advice to give you, and you it's take the meat off the bone and throw the bone away. That's and apply it to your situation for how you need it. So that is some awesome advice. I definitely appreciate it. Well, Doc, I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm not gonna hold you up. Is there any last words you want to leave for the people?
I thought a viewer had a question, or was it
Let me
Miss?
see.
Did she have?
Miss
Yeah, right there. Mm-hmm. Oh, not sure. Okay, she asks, I seem to know more people these days that have sleep apnea. Not sure why that is. Okay, Miss Anne. So basically, what's happening is that we're screening more for it, and we have a problem with obesity. So, obesity therefore cuts off the airways as well. When you lay down, we have a lot of people with fluid retention around the heart and lungs. All these things contribute, okay, to having sleep apnea. So when you look at these factors and when you weigh in these factors, these things cause the driver or the person that you know to have sleep apnea. Some helpful hints for sleep apnea is, of course, to lose some weight would be first and foremost. A lot of people also are asthmatic or smokers. That's another thing that could cause these things to occur. So if we stop smoking, you can't stop, of course, having asthma, but these things also definitely contribute to the facts of sleep apnea.
Awesome. That's new to me. So that was very informative. If anybody in the chat has any questions before we get out of here, please do not hesitate. Um I'm surprised this guy right here, which is my older brother, he lives in California. I'm surprised he ain't tried to get a podcast out of you, because every time I bring somebody on, he like,
Which
G,
one? This one, Nate?
yes, Nate, yeah.
Uh,
Let me I want to talk to her to get a podcast in. His is off video though, so he may want to get, if he's still in here. Let's see. We got a question from Miss Ann. Yeah.
yes, that is correct, Miss Anne. So Miss Anne say, wait, I see. I see now weight is their common issue. So yes, one of the main common issues with sleep apnea is definitely weight.
It's very informative. Okay, let me see. I don't see any more questions.
Okay, let me see. So,
you got anything that you want to any advice, like, you know, health wise?
Advice health wise, yes, I do want to definitely review that. Health wise, there are certain things that we definitely have to look at, making sure that you stay healthy. As far as, yeah, you know what I say. I say basically eat like the rainbow, and that's my saying. Nobody try to coin it. Eat like the rainbow, greens, reds, blues, purple, orange, yellow, fruits and vegetables, not fruity pebbles. Okay? So eat like the rainbow. Make sure you're drinking lots of water, so hydrating. I know hydrating for the over the road drivers is very difficult, but hydrating is something that is so very important, not only for drivers, for everybody. Making sure you drink at least half your body weight in ounces of water. Very, very, very important. Okay. But sedentary lifestyles of a driver in general, whether it's a school bus driver, a driver of a regular bus, or commercial motor vehicles, you have to get out, you have to walk. I tell my drivers every day, I say, hey, the TA petrol holds 360 um, rigs and big trucks. Walk the length of that 3 times, and you've already walked at least 10,000 steps. Just walk. Walking is important. Bringing up that heart rate at least 30 minutes per day. If you can't do 30, do 15. 15 is where the heart rate starts to increase and your blood actually starts to flow. So no less than 15 minutes daily consecutive walking. Very, 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 very important. So getting out there, walking, exercising. Even I've seen drivers actually work out in their trucks. Eating properly is another thing. Making sure you bring fruits and vegetables on the road that are easy to access, like carrots, regular oranges, bananas, even. These things will help. Now, the things that we have to be concerned about are diabetes, hypertension. Stop bringing these canned foods on the road with you. Canned foods, high in sodium. Packaged foods, high in sodium. Even the cereals, cold cereals, like I just said, these cold cereals, they really are high in sodium as well. People think of them as being sugary. Not only are they sugary, full of carbs, but they're high in sodium. Eat more protein. So when you stop at the truck stops, yes, a salmon is $30. I'm sorry. I tried it myself to see how everything is on the truck stop. I immersed myself in that trucking life to make sure that this was a lifestyle that could be conducive. They now have salads on the go at the truck stops that you can pick up and go with. Just check the expiration dates though. But make sure you hydrate and eat properly. Very, very important.
Oh, that's some good advice. Because I learned something. I learned a couple of things right there. I knew some of them, but the walking to get your heart rate up, that's good advice though. Yeah, that's good advice. I sure do appreciate that. Well, Doc, I know you a busy woman. I appreciate
Thank you
what
for
you're
having me.
doing for the city of Atlanta. I'm glad to know you 7, 8 years plus.
Thank
Um
you for having me on.
and I'm gonna keep coming back to you. I see you in 2 more years because I
Well,
just got.
congratulations on your 2-year physical.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you so
You're
much.
more than
We can
welcome.
do it again sometime. And yeah, that's it. So
Thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
absolutely. Appreciate y'all tuning in to XCon Media. We trying to highlight some excellence. We see so much ignorance on the internet. This right here is positivity. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. And when you in the Atlanta area, no matter where you from, stop at DOT Physicals in Atlanta, Georgia on Hollowell in the Petro. You can't miss. As soon as you come through the gate, boom, it's right there to the right. Nice and convenient. Go park your truck, walk back over there, get what you need, be back on the road. So I appreciate you, Dr. Smith, and
Thank
we will
you.
do it again sometime. Thank you so
I
much for your
appreciate you
time.
so much.
Yes,
Have a
ma'am.
good night.
You too.
Thanks
Thank you.
everybody for tuning in. Good night.
Appreciate y'all.